Yo, what up, Toshi here. In today's video, we're going to be taking a deep dive into Madoka Magic Exedra for not only new, existing, but also players that will be getting into the game somewhere later down the line. This will be a beginner's guide. Now, with that being said, we're going to cover all bases of the beginner experience in the game, not the mid game. Well, partially the mid game, definitely not the end game. The end game is going to involve the player match, which you can see we actually do not have unlocked at this current point in time. The first thing you're going to do when you hop into this game, you're going to make sure you clear your main quest. As you're doing your main quest, you actually want to get all the way to the Mami Tomo story and actually finish the Mami Tomo story. You actually want to be at the beginning of the Sayaka Miki story, because this is where you're going to unlock pretty much majority of the game's content, be able to do the events, be able to do the character upgrade material runs. You also are able to do various other contents. Completing this does give you a ton of gems, so it makes no sense not to complete it anyways. But if you don't complete it, you will be gated behind the content you can do in the game. There is this battle mode I have unlocked, and it seems to be a harder version of the already pre-existing content, right? So for the story content, this is a hard mode of the story content. You get a bunch of extra rewards for pooling currency and other various materials. It's very nice. I'm not going to do it right now, but this is very, very nice if you are someone who is looking to get an extra bit of currency to roll on banners. I want to mention one last thing. Make sure you do complete the story parts and unlock all the contents in the stories, because if you do, you get more rewards for doing so, and you actually unlock further parts of your Puella picture, which we'll explain in just a moment. You can see here I have 11 out of the 12 rewards you can unlock in this part of the story. So that means I either missed a bonus stage or I missed some extra stage. If I clear this, I'll be able to finally finish my Puella picture, which I'll show you all in just a moment after I finish this battle. So once you finish this picture, you get additional rewards. And you have a picture for every stage or every episode in the game. Now, as for your general team you want to have for the story-based content, so doing the story stages, I recommend having an AoE damage dealer. The AoE damage dealer I have first and foremost is my Oriko, but if you have a 4-star AoE damage dealer, it's going to help a lot with the content. There is a lot of mobs you're going to have to constantly kill, and having a character that does AoE damage makes the process a lot quicker. A lot quicker. If you're using a character like Yanchiyo Nanami, very, very the strongest single target damage dealer in the game, well, the issue with this character is that she is single target, pure single target. So when there is a ton of enemies on the field, she can feel pretty underwhelming to use. But using her for the boss stages feels pretty good. So I personally wouldn't have her in a team unless I am fighting a boss stage. But Murakami has been really good. She's felt like the most versatile DPS in the game. She has a follow-up attack after you break the enemy's toughness. She has a ton of damage in single target, and her ultimate is AoE, which feels pretty nice in the AoE-based content, which is a story mode. Boss stages, her single target damage after breaking the enemy's toughness and constantly getting follow-ups feels pretty nice as well. And you get even more follow-ups if you break the toughness of the boss's minions too. So she deals even more damage. There's a lot of ways to be dishing out damage. I'm using the free 5-star Madoka Kaname. This character is very nice because she is a breaker. This character is going to increase the damage you deal to the enemy once they are broken. This character, in my opinion, is a must-use in your team if you do not have any other designated breakers for your team comp. This character is extremely solid, and you get her for free. You also do get dupes, and you get her portrait too. So why wouldn't you use this character? So my core team would be centered around these 3 characters at the bottom. Oriko, an AoE damage dealer. Madoka Kaname, right? The free 5-star character we got in the beginning. And then Murakami if you can obtain her from the banner. If you're re-rolling, of course, you would be able to eventually get her if you're constantly re-rolling different accounts. But if you're not re-rolling and you did not obtain the character, then, it's a little bit RNG whether or not you're going to get her in the future. But you can use other characters that also have AoE damage. This is a very versatile character and deals a ton of damage in both single target and AoE scenarios. With this being my core team, I'm going to want either a buffer or debuffer that is going to increase the damage of the team or decrease the defenses of the enemy to allow my team to dish more damage. So the only real debuffer I have on this account that'd be pretty solid is going to be this 4-star Himika Mao. Himika Mao is pretty good because she has a increased damage the enemies take on an AoE. which is very nice for the AoE based content. You have her go first in the team or go before your damage dealers, and then you're able to dish out even more damage with your AoE character, in this case Rico and her Murakami. I actually do not have mine built because I wanted to play more of Yachio. But again, if you do build a character that allows you to dish out more damage in AoE scenarios such as this, or a buffer like Yui, which I'll show in just a moment, the character I desperately want right now because of how strong she is, you're going to have a breeze with the content. And then the last character for my team comp would have to be some sort of defensive option, a healer or a defender character. Now, for me personally, I don't really have very many options here. You can see I actually don't even think I have a healer to begin with. The character I'm forced to use would have to be this 4-star Kokoro. And she's actually pretty solid. She gives a shield to the whole team. Very good. It blocks a lot of the damage in the early game especially. In the later game stages, you find yourself having to refresh this shield constantly. But think of it as a venturing shield. This defensive option has carried me through the whole story-based content as of right now. So I mentioned Yui before, but Yui is extremely strong, right? She gives you crit rate, she gives you crit damage, she gives you damage boost, she gives you attack percentage, and she even gives you speed after you break the enemy's toughness, which means in combination with characters like Murakami in a team of Madoka or Aroha Tamaki, you're going to be dealing a ton of more damage. This right here is a meta-defining character, and I really wish I could obtain her in the account, but I have to pull in this banner, and we'll probably do this somewhere later down the line. But if you have her, use her. She is so freaking good. So freaking good. Once you've built your core team, and once you've started tackling the quest stages, and you've gotten all the way to the 4th story, right, and the end of Mami Tomoe's story, essentially, what do you do next? Well, you're going to want to make sure that you actually do not overcap on your stamina, as you can see in the top middle. Here, I have well overcapped my stamina, and I need to use it right away. So for me personally, I want to go ahead and ascend my character's ranks because I want them to get more base stats and have higher ability levels. You go to your quest, and then you go to your upgrade. You'll have this portal unlocked, and you'll have the upgrade for your character levels and your character rank, ability ranks, after you do the main story to that point with Mami Tomoe's story ending. You'll unlock the right side here, and then this allows you to get materials to upgrade your characters further. Think of this as, again, upgrading your character's abilities and giving them higher base stats. So like a skill tree, for instance. Think of this as a skill tree. Well, the designated parts of this is for specific elements of the characters. So if I'm wanting to ascend my, let's say, Murakami, I'm going to want to tackle the dark stage to get the materials to ascend my Murakami. And every time you clear the stage for the first time, you get 10 gems. So make sure you clear all the stages, regardless of whether or not you're going to be using those materials, because the first time you clear the stage is for free. You don't have to waste any stamina. Now you can see my level for what it needs to be, or my power for what it needs to be, is very, very low. So for this specific stage, I'm going to want to level up my characters further to allow them to dish out more damage and meet the criteria so that I breeze through this content. And I'll show you how you level up your characters. So in the same page, Yoku Materials allows you to upgrade your character's level. Depending on what stage you are in is the more materials you get. And again, for the first time of you clearing the stage, you get both the drops and the first time clear. So just do it, it's free. I'm actually going to do it right now to show you what it looks like. This team isn't very optimal, but it's what I've been using to clear all the content as of right now. And I've actually already upgraded my Murakami's materials, or not her materials, but her abilities, and I've upgraded her skill tree. So she's actually the hardest hitting character in my team because she's gotten the most investment in my account overall. I do suggest you upgrading your DPSs first because your DPSs are going to obviously allow you to clear the content quicker because they are the main source of damage in your team, right? If you do not upgrade your DPS characters, you're not really going to clear content as quickly. So I would upgrade them first and foremost. Like a Rico and her Murakami, either one of those characters, upgrade them first and you'll breeze through the content. But this stage right here is not hard at all. It's very easy. Usually this type of stage in most games, right, gacha games, is easy. They don't want to make the stage where you upgrade your characters hard, right? You can see even though the power level is very close to what is suggested in my account power level, these enemies can't even break the shield half the time on my characters, right? One thing about the auto combat is that it doesn't automatically use ultimates So something to take into consideration when you are doing auto-based content. And after doing the stage for the first time, you're able to then do the stage with a sort of skip feature without using any skip currency. So let's say I wanted to do the stage, but I didn't want to do it manually. Well, you can do it automatically. And I can do it up to as much energy as I have on my account or stamina as I have on my account currently. Now, I do not want to use all my stamina for this specific stage because there's other things I want to use my stamina on, such as upgrading my character's abilities and their skill tree. But let's say I want to use just about 10 because I need some more Kyoku because I just used a lot upgrading my characters recently. I can go ahead and press OK after using the amount of skips I want to use. And then boom, it's going to take away your stamina and is going to automatically do the content for you, which is very, very nice. And you can do the same thing for the materials as well. If I wanted to do the light material, which I'm probably going to wait till I get to the 5th stage, if I do it first time, I'm able to then go ahead and use the skip feature to clear the content and get the materials without having to constantly do it one by one. So after you've gotten the materials you need to upgrade your characters, you make your way to your characters in the assign list. And then once you get to the assign list, you just take a look at any of your characters you want to upgrade. So for me, I'm going to want to upgrade, let's say, my Oriko, because I actually have not upgraded this character yet. You can click the I question mark icon. It's not even question mark, but the I icon right next to the power level of your character, or combat power rather. Same thing though. And you can see the magic level. If you upgrade this here, you give further stats to your character, and you actually allow them to unlock more levels to their abilities, which is very, very nice. This is going to be one of your main sources of increasing your overall combat power and allowing your characters to deal a ton of damage. I'm actually going to increase it all the way to number 5 because I do want to save some of these resources from my other characters. But again, you don't have to be as, I want to say, greedy as I am with the resources here. You can upgrade it pretty fairly, especially with a character like this that I'm using to clear all the content because she is an AoE damage dealer. I'm probably wanting to go further on this, but again, I'm just using this as a demonstration. You can go as further as you want for the character. And if it's your favorite character, why not go all the way? Like for me, when I was upgrading Murakami, I actually went all the way to 10 for her magic level. The level of the character, you can upgrade that right above the magic level. And this doesn't upgrade the abilities, but upgrades your character level. You can only upgrade your character level to what your level is on your account. So my account right now is level 25. That means my characters can only be a maximum of level 25. You can see here the level cannot be raised above the power level or player level. So I'm going to upgrade this all the way to 25, and that's the furthest I can go. And I would want to do that for all of my other characters, specifically my damage dealers, because again, those are going to be the ones that really are the stat checkers in the team comp. I keep mentioning this, but for those of you that have played traditional games like this, right, DPSs are typically the ones you want to min-max your stats on. So for Murakami, I'm going to go ahead and level her up all the way to 25 as well, because I do use her quite a bit already. Can I even go to 25? I can. Okay, cool. I have enough materials to do that. So boom. So the portraits are going to be very important. This is also what allows your characters to have stat increases, stat bonuses, attribution bonuses, right? Bonuses depending on the element of the character. And overall, give a nice combat power boost to your characters. Again, you're going to need this. It's very important for all of your characters, mostly your DPS characters, because these are the ones that are going to be dealing the damage. And again, they are the stat checkers. So for Murakami, think of this as your artifact, your light cone, whatever you want to call it. You equip this on your character, you get stat bonuses. We're going to be looking to equip one that has an attack percentage. So I have this one right here, and I'm going to go ahead and equip this on my Murakami. Now, although the power level does go down, I still get an attack percent increase for the character. I just have lower base stats. This one right here that she already has equipped is giving her HP and defense. She's not a defender character. Why would I have her on HP percent in defense, right? And I actually want to take the one I have on my 4-star character and give her the one that gives HP and defense, right? Yeah, make sure you equip the portrait depending on the character. You look at it. Like, for instance, for Oriko, I have a portrait that gives a damage increase on light attacks. So she's a light attacker. She's going to be dealing more damage with this portrait on. Now, your early game, you're not getting that many portraits. So obviously, you're going to have to play through the game more and progress through the game more to get better portraits, right? That have better abilities and overall stuff you're going to want to use for your account. I can enhance it and give a further damage deal increase to Oriko, which is not bad. So I'm actually going to go do this right now. By the way, you can get this material to upgrade your portrait from the event shop, as we saw before. You can also get it from just clearing content in the game. So don't feel like you need to just save this currency because you'll be able to unlock it as you progress through the game. And then can I upgrade her Murakami? I cannot upgrade her Murakami's. But to be honest, I don't want to upgrade it as soon as I'm upgrading Ariko's because Ariko's is tailor made, right? Light attack, damage deal increase. That's super good for the character. One thing I don't know for sure is I don't know if the stat increases are randomized. So if you get another copy of In a Dream, which is going to ascend the level first and foremost, right? Because you're getting a dupe of it. I don't know if it has random like stat bonus, like ability bonuses. I don't know for sure. So this may be the case, but to be safe here, I'm going to assume it's not randomized, and you just have it and everyone has these same portraits. So again, as we progress, we'll get better portraits and all that jazz. But again, make sure you have these equipped on your characters. It gives you a huge spike in power. We talked about the character upgrade materials for their levels and their abilities. We talked about questing in the game and completing missions to get rewards and unlocking the story to a certain point so you can unlock more content in the game. Now let's go over what exactly you unlock as you do reach that point in the story. Well, if you go back to the quest part, you can see I have the event tab unlocked. So if we click on the event tab, you'll see that I have a bunch of, well, not a bunch of events, but a few events I can do. This is actually where you'll be able to do your dailies as well. If you click on this checklist, not checkmark, checklist, right under the event rewards, is going to show you the daily quests you have, the weekly, and the challenges you can do in the game. So I'm going to go ahead and do my dailies because I actually have not done it yet. Well, just claim them really because I've already done them. And after you do those, you can get your 50 crystals per day, which is very nice. Very important if you are looking to, of course, get more pulls weekly right here. These are a little bit more tailor focused. You're going to have to make sure you actually look at them and figure out what you need to do to unlock the criteria. Like specifically for this one here, player match, like this is what you get when you unlock PvP, which I do not have unlocked yet. I probably won't have it unlocked until a couple days from now, maybe 2 days if I'm being honest, because I have to push really hard into the story and constantly upgrade my account. And then the challenges, of course, you get this by just literally doing stuff in the game, reaching player level, getting characters on your account, unique characters, so individual characters like one Mommy Tomo, and then Mommy Tomo is on the game, but this is an example. You have Mommy Tomo, then you have Sayaka Miki, and then you have Kyoko, unique characters, individual characters, completing any quest, and then getting your power level higher. So I've reached 1,000. Now I am curious, if I go ahead and claim all, does this go further than what is shown here? So like it says level 5, will it say like level 10 right after? It will. Okay, so yeah, if you just constantly do a bunch of content in the game, you're going to constantly get rewards. So I can just constantly keep claiming here until I can't claim anymore because I've been playing so much. Like I've been playing so much off camera, it's insane. I've spent so many hours from yesterday, the early release, to today, the actual release of the game. Man, I'm telling you, this game is so grindy, but the rewards you get for grinding feels really worth. And the progress you make, it's early game, making so much progress, man. I miss having a game like this where you put in some hours, put in the work, you're grinding, you get so much progress. It feels so good. I'm a very reward-driven person. So for me personally, the grind always feels good when I can see the fruits of my labor, right? Oh, I'm still going. How many quests did I do? Okay, that's it. Join a union. We can't do that yet. Complete data link. This is going to be binding your account. I'm not binding my account. Edit your profile comment. I will be doing that later. I don't really need to do that on camera. We get even more rewards. We get another Madoka. We get a 5-star Kyoko guaranteed. Wait, oh, we get a 5-star guaranteed Magia key? Well, how much? Okay, the boss in Which standard? Well, we're not even there yet, but you get a 5-star Kyoko guaranteed Magia key. There is a chance we can get Yui, right? There is a chance. A very slim chance, but there's a chance we can get Yui. I'm hoping I can get her. I'm going to go ahead and claim all of this because there's a bunch of extra rewards. Nice, man. Oh, this feels so good. All right, that's it. But make sure you do check this constantly because as you do progress more into the game, you'll unlock more and more rewards for progressing. This is a permanent event, so don't feel like you have to do this right away. But as long as you do the story content right here, you can unlock the different stages, do the stages, you get gems. And then there is a shop to go along with the currency you do unlock from doing the stages. If you go to the event rewards here, you have a bunch of currency that you can exchange for a bunch of rewards in the shop. Most of this stuff is for the materials like you're going to need for your character upgrades, right? Your ability upgrades, and even just your character levels. So make sure you are doing this, getting the rewards, because there is a lot of rewards that will help progress your account. But this is just a permanent event. We don't have any insight into what our first limited event is going to be, but we'll see in due time. I'm assuming it's probably going to come out sometime this week. Just like traditional games, there is a way to increase the friendship level of your characters. And increasing the friendship of your characters gives you various rewards, such as portraits for the characters, even stat bonuses for the characters as well. So, if you are a player that is looking to have an advantage with your characters, make sure you do the Heart Furrow quest, but it's limited to a certain amount of time each day. And you make sure that the characters you want to upgrade are in the party slot as you tackle the content. I've already done it today, so I can't do it again, and it resets each day. Now, that pretty much sums up all of the main content that you'll be tackling in the beginning of the game. What about the other content? What is the Chamber of Light? Well, I'll explain this to you. The Chamber of Light essentially is going to be what you unlock as you do tackle the content, and essentially an archive of sorts, right? You can see you have the gallery, you have the story, and you have the music. As you actually progress and you unlock these things, you can click on them and you get rewards for actually clicking on them. I do like the art. Oh, it's a lot easier to just do it this way. So you actually don't even need to click on the characters. You just need to do it like this. Just click on the tab and you're able to go to the next page of the characters you already have unlocked. So it's actually saves you a lot of time instead of clicking them on them individually, which I like a lot. I could have technically had this in a how do you unlock more pools video, but I feel like this is what you're going to be doing in the beginning of the game anyways. So it doesn't really make sense to make that an entirely different video. There's also a story you can do for each individual character, and you get rewards for doing it as well. I actually do not want to do this because you are locked into the story, and you can't skip it once you start it. So I'm not going to do it on camera because it would take too much time. Now, the last thing I want to talk about before we get into the pool section of this video is the daily login incentive bonus. This is traditional to like idle games. You log in after a certain time in the day, like so Nikke got us a victory, for instance. You have this refresh each day, and you get rewards for logging in. It's just pretty much AFK materials. So any type of AFK idle game gives you materials for just not playing the game. You log into the game or back into the game after not playing, and then you get the rewards based on the time. So it's just for rewards to progress your account. You can actually quick collect it for like the first time for free in the day. So just like Nikke got us a victory. But if you want to quick collect it more, I don't think this is very optimal for most players. But if you want to, you can use 10 gems first time. And I assume it goes up. Like, I don't want to use this 10 gems now and then see that it uses like 30 later. I don't just want to use any gems to begin with because I'm saving these for pools. But you can use gems to quick collect the materials to progress your account faster. I don't recommend this for the majority of players because this type of currency is very premium. You want to save it for your pools. But if you are the type of player that likes to progress very, very fast, then knock yourself out. But this refresh is daily. You just log in, do your dailies, you get this, you claim it, and then you progress your account this way. So it doesn't really matter which way you do it. I just personally like saving my premium currency to roll in banners. Now let's finish it off with the gacha. For the time being, you do get a free pool each day until the 9th of the next month. So the 9th of April is when this free pool a day ends. I don't know if this is going... It says release celebration. So actually, yeah, my phone is like literally going to die. I have no idea if this means that after the time period ends or the release celebration event ends, we don't have the free pool per day. Can't imagine it's not going to be like Epic 7 where you have a free pool every day. Or other games. I don't think Nikke ever did... Like, they did this for like super rare occasions. Like, they would give you a free pool a day for like the anniversary type of pilgrim character. Don't think they're going to do this often in this game. It might be to the same vein like Nikke and other various games. This game feels very similar to Nikke in a lot of ways, right? You have the paid currency, you have the regular currency, you have the different banners, 200 pity for the guarantee, quote unquote guarantee of a character. It feels very similar to Nikke. So I feel like I can draw a lot of comparisons to both games because they feel oddly like this feels oddly similar to that. Like they had a lot of inspiration from the Nikke monetization, right? And how the game functions. But anyways, you get a free pool per day. We're going to pull right now. Why not, right? You may bank out and get a 5-star, get a 4-star, who knows. Cool thing about getting a free pool a day. I like it. It's nice for the gambling addiction. Cool. I got a 3-star. So I didn't get anything special, but it is what it is. Sometimes you might even get a character you have not unlocked yet, and that could be nice for progressing your account as well. It's actually my first time looking at the free, like some of the free pools they gave us. Maybe we'll save this for a pool video, right? I don't think I will do right now. That's it. That's the video here. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully you got something out of this. If you have any other questions for me regarding the game or anything you're still confused about, definitely let me know. Overall, man, I'm enjoying the game. I think the game is pretty fun. It's very well polished. I think the game looks great. It feels great. It plays great. I don't really have any complaints with the game so far. I do think trying to get pools is a little slow in this game, but given the direction of the game and where it's going, it makes a lot of sense. They've given us quite a bit of freebies, right? A bunch of free 4-star stuff like that. We got a bunch of 5-stars, right? If you reroll and stuff like that. How hard is it going to be to come across the pool currency in this game, especially considering that your pity doesn't transfer between banners? That's the one thing I am worried about, and we touched on that in the gacha video. So if you have not seen that yet, it is a very nice watch because I do break down the whole gacha and explain everything you need to know about pooling in this game. Because pooling in this game is kind of bad. Well, not bad in the sense like you don't want to pool, but it's bad in the sense of how it functions in this game. Because like that's how these idle games function in the beginning of your playthroughs. You spend so much time grinding, and you hit a plateau to where you can't really progress as much as you were in the beginning, and then you may end up getting burnt out, or you may just end up falling out of, interest in the game. Make sure you take breaks, touch some grass, do other stuff, you know what I mean? That's it. I'll see you next video. Have a good rest of your day. Bye-bye.